We'll get started in just a few minutes. Thanks. Welcome everyone to American University and Pop Cassell Court. At this time, please direct your attention to the video board.
The great moments of the past are forever etched in our memory.
And the American Eagles are going dancing for the first time in school history.
We carry that tradition forward as we work, we dream, and we build.
American, for the second straight year, champions of the Patriot League.
Past generations have paved the way and showed us the way. The future of American University men's basketball starts today.
Well, there you have it. The reason we're all here today, to welcome the 18th head coach in the history of American University men's basketball, Duane Simpkins. I'm Dan Lang, voice of the Eagles, and it's my pleasure to be here to welcome Duane and his family to American University. Welcome. AU Athletics would like to welcome and recognize a few honored guests who are here today. American University Board of Trustees Chair Mark Duber, Board of Trustees member Alan Meltzer, Board of Trustees member Mehdi Haravi, Vice President for Development and Alumni Relations Courtney Searles, former head coach and member of the Pop Cassell Hall of Fame Gary Williams, former head coach of American University Chris Naki, and I also wish to extend a special hello to Caroline Walker, Billy's wife, who I know is a true presence and collaborator with all things AU Eagles. Special day for everyone involved, and it's my pleasure to recognize the entire Simpkins family here today. Seated right in front, please give a warm welcome to Duane's wife, Kirsten, and his three children, Kai, Darian, and Elijah. And we're additionally thrilled to have Duane's father, Sylvester, Duane's brother, Sylvester Jr., and mother-in-law, Doris, along with many extended family members who are joining us today. Welcome to AU. American University is a place where the scholar-athlete model of intercollegiate athletics remains a core component of the university mission. This is due in large part to the leadership of President Sylvia Burwell, who understands the important lessons derived from athletics and supports our teams and student athletes every day. Here today to help us celebrate another step forward in fulfilling that mission, please help me welcome American University President Sylvia Burwell.
Thank you so much, Stan, and thanks to everybody for being here today. I will be brief because we want to hear from our new great coach that we're so excited to have. But first, I actually want to express appreciation. Want to express appreciation for our student athletes, and these young people. I think everybody who's here today knows what it takes to do this, what it takes to do this on the court, what it takes to do it in the classroom. And I just think we want to give a special shout out to them. And I see some of our other student athletes over here supporting, and I know some of our other coaches here. All of our programs here at American University, especially this program in terms of what it takes every day, a debt of gratitude to all of us, and we appreciate you and thank you. And just a few things as part of this process. First, I do want to say that I'm so glad that your family's here. I think most people know I'm Greek. My big fat Greek wedding it's not a fake movie. You can ask my husband who's not Greek, it's real. And so I'm so glad to see the entire family here. This is the way we roll with the Burwells as well. And I just want to say we are excited and so excited because I think this is a transformative moment for the university. I've been here almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years in June. Since I've been here, and we have been on a path of transformation for this university. Change makers for a changing world is our strategy. That's what we're doing. You see it happening every day. I'm sure you all see there are going to be 7,000 students on this campus over the next month coming to see, and we hope they'll be joining us, those that we have accepted. And so it's a place just filled with change. And today is about that change. And it's about that change in terms of we have a coach that we are so excited to welcome. We are so excited to welcome you, Coach, because first, commitment. Yes, yes. First, commitment to excellence. And we've seen that with his outstanding record and everything we've seen in terms of excellence in what we do in this sport and excellence across everything, not just how we play, but what we do and how we do it. We've seen it. And I saw it, and I was part of this interview process in terms of commitment to our student athletes. Commitment to you all, not just on the court, but in the classroom, and a commitment to who you all are and want to become. And the third thing is a commitment to this community in terms of what we're on a journey to do. We are change makers for a changing world. We have a mission in terms of scholarship and learning, and our athletics are an incredibly important part of that. And an important part of that journey, and you are so committed to that as a member of this community. So I just want to say welcome to you, welcome to the family. As I said to them, welcome to the Eagle family, because we all know here, and I want to thank a number of our alumni, Ted, I see you, who are here, because once an Eagle, always an Eagle. Thank you.
Thank you, President Burwell. Now at this time, I ask you to welcome to the podium AU's Director of Athletics and Recreation, Dr. Billy Walker.
Wow, what a day, what a day, what a day to be an Eagle, eh? Days don't come much better than this ever. So I want to thank everyone for showing up today, first and foremost. Duane, I'm honored to have you here to introduce you and your entire family. So thank you for being here as well. You know, at AU, we always talk about that we give you a world-class education and a quality D1 experience at the same time. Those are not mutually exclusive. In fact, we think they're complementary. That once you have one and we build off the other, that's how, as we say right here, that's how character is forged here through competition. As you can see, athletics is central to what we do here at the university. And it leads to great institutional pride that we focus on throughout our time here. After numerous meetings with Duane, I can tell you, I found that he's in line with our core values and our institution right here. The other thing I found after talking to him at great length, he's a winner. He's a winner in his life. He's a winner with his family. He's a winner with our student athletes that we're going to see coming up right away. Yes, AU's basketball future is very bright. with the infusion of energy that we're getting from Duane, coupled with the Meltzer Center on the horizon, we're going to keep reaching new heights as a department. So I want to be sure I thank President Burwell for being here with us, and I want to introduce Duane as our next basketball coach. So Duane, please step up. Let's make it happen.
Good morning, everyone. Tremendously exciting, extremely proud to be here before you as the next men's head men's basketball coach. This is something that I've worked extremely hard for, not just myself, but my entire family. And when I say my entire family, I mean my entire family. My wife, my sons, aunts, uncles. I could go on and on. So just so you know, everyone here at AU, these stands will have filled with fans, but there's going to be a significant portion of the stands going to be just the Simpkins clan. So just so you know that. First and foremost, a few thank yous. Obviously, President Burwell, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Dr. Walker, really appreciate your guidance and friendship through this whole process. Was Beerwith? There he is, David Beerwith. Thank you very much. Our Board of Trustees. Obviously this was a process that a number of qualified candidates were brought to your attention, and I really appreciate the fact that you have the trust in me to be the next leader of this program. And lastly, the selection committee as well. There are a number of people who grilled me during that period of time. It was great. I think we had 7 or 8 people just all eyes on me and firing all questions and everything, but it was great. Really appreciate it. Next, want to thank my family. If you guys could stand up. Kirsten, my wife here. My lovely daughter, Kai. And my 2 boys who eat up all the daggone food in the house. My oldest son, Darian. Now, before Darian stands up, I just want a shameless plug here. So Darian right now is a senior in high school. He's at DeMatha High School. He's actually going through the college process right now. And this was well before I was actually involved with, getting the job here at American University. American was not on the radar. But now that I am here, I don't know if my admissions folks are here, weighted GPA of a 3.5, all right, well qualified. So if you're looking for another Eagle, know it's past the admissions process, the deadline and everything, but if we can make an exception, it'd be greatly appreciated. So Darian, please stand up. And the baby of the family, Elijah, who'll be going to Bishop Ireton next year. I've had a number of people, behind closed doors ask, hey, what are you about? What is your team going to look like? How are you going to play and everything else? I always start first with our core values. This is going to be something that will lead our program into identifying potential student athletes for American University men's basketball program. It's going to lead us into determining how we go about our work on a day-to-day basis, and it's going to be the backbone of our program. First and foremost, it's character. We're going to recruit, we're going to identify, and we're going to recruit high-character young men. It's obvious you can see talent. it's going to be a foregone conclusion that if we're recruiting you, you're a very good player. You have the talent. But we're going to peel back the layers of that onion, so to speak, to get to find out who those people are at their core. We got to have people in our program that are respectful, that want to be pushed, they're respectful of their parents, obviously, and they're respectful of their teammates. And those things are going to be non-negotiables within our program. Second thing is toughness, 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 toughness. One of the things, and I told someone this just yesterday, I said, if you look at our team, regardless of what the score is at the end of that game, when the horn blows, I want people to say, that's a tough team, regardless of what the score says. That toughness is an emotional toughness, it's a physical toughness, it's a spiritual toughness. We talked about it on Saturday with the guys. You know, as a former student athlete and as an adult, we all can attest, life's going to throw you some curveballs. Within a game of a 40-minute game, there are going to be some bad calls. There's going to be a run that the other team makes and everything. Do we have the intestinal fortitude to overcome those things? Toughness. Physical toughness, 50-50 balls. There's a ball that's right in between yourself and a player from Colgate. We're going to win that 50-50 ball on a consistent basis. If your teammate falls on the floor because he took a tough charge, we're going to have 4 other teammates that are running over there, sprinting to him to pick him up. That's what toughness is going to be for us. Work ethic. We're going to work extremely hard. I have no idea what the other 366 teams around the country are doing, but I know one thing: if you walk in our gym, you're going to see that we're going to be working our tails off each and every day to get better. And it's a process. It's a process. We're not going to achieve our goals in the first month or the second month of the season. Day by day, we're going to build brick by brick, brick by brick. It's going to take every single one of the individuals in these blue shirts in the front. It's going to take our administration. It's going to take our fans and our families. That's going to be extremely important, our work ethic. And lastly, humility. I told the guys, my definition of humility is, it's not thinking less of yourself, it's just thinking of yourself less. We're going to put our teammates before our individual goals. If our team reaches our goals of winning championships and going to the NCAA tournament, we all look good. The administration looks good. Our school looks good. Our entire school community looks good. But it's going to take sacrifice, and it's going to take humility. How we'll play. It's going to be a little bit different than what you've seen in the past. I told the guys this first thing, and I could see, I'm a pretty good reader of the room. And when I told them this first thing, their eyes lit up. And that was the kind of response that I wanted. I told them that if we get a stop on defense, we're going to get a lot of stops. We get a clean rebound. The first 7 seconds are yours. First 7 seconds are yours. I got 3 rules. You sprint as hard as you can. You pass to an open teammate. You shoot an open shot. And that shot could be in the paint from 2 feet. It could be from 22 feet. We're playing in the first 7 seconds. We're going to play faster. We're going to play with a lot more pace. We're going to play discipline. But if you do your job and you play hard defense, you box out. By the way, President Burwell just illustrated to me how to box out before I had this press conference. I was extremely impressed. She'll come in and demonstrate for our guys. So we get stops, we get clean rebounds. Man, we're going to push once you guys play. All right, we'll have structure. We want to live in the paint. We don't have a shot within the first 7 seconds. We want to touch the paint, whether we with the pass. We got big fella Jermaine in the middle. He's got big hips. He can sit down. He really spread open really wide and everything. We'll get the ball inside a ton. We're also going to want our guys, we're going to have spacing on the court. We're going to have 4 shooter lineups. We're going to really have spacing. Spacing is offense, offense is spacing. I want our guards to have all the space that they need to get to the paint. And when you get to the paint, you might make the proper play for yourself or your teammate. It's pretty simple. Defensively, this is where we got to get better, right? I always say the defense is like the gasoline that fuels our Lamborghini. All right, so it all starts on defense. Ideally, we want to hold teams to under 40% field goal percentage. All right, just want to give you a little hint. Last year, that wasn't the case. Right, but we want to make sure we hold teams under 40%. Our defensive rebounding, we want to be one of the top 50 teams in the country in defensive rebounding percentage. That does not require a talent. that is all heart. No matter if you're Jeff Sprouse. Jeff, what do you say? Will you say? Do you tell people 6 feet? You're not 6 feet, just so you know. So whether you're 6 foot Jeff Sprouse, all right, or you're Matt 6'9", is that what you tell people? 6'9" Matt Rogers, right? Every single person, if you're on the court, it's your responsibility to make sure we're checking out, we're putting bodies on people. We're going to be an extremely physical team. I want to have it where referees have to come over to me and the coaching staff and say, hey, got to tell you guys to dial it back a little bit. That's the type of team that I want us to be. The other thing we got to make sure we do a better job of, I want us to be a top 50 team in terms of our offensive efficiency. And that requires us to be taking care of the basketball. All right, we got to take care of the basketball. I want us to shoot open shots, but we're going to shoot so many threes on our own in practice. These are going to be like layups for us, and I want us to have that type of confidence when we play. Ultimate goals. And I've repeated this to a few people, and it's amazing. You see the look in some people's eyes. When I say that just winning, being in the top 3 of the Patriot League isn't enough. Everybody talks about wanting to not having to have a play-in game. I said, forget that. Our goal is to be the champion of the regular season, the Patriot League. Our goal is to win the Patriot League tournament championship. And the next thing, and I've got a buddy sitting up in the stands, Donnie Gross, and I told him this yesterday, and he was like, Duane, just win a championship first. Because my ultimate goal, I said, it's not just to get to the NCAA tournament. I said, that's low bar. We want to win basketball games in the NCAA tournament. That's what we want to strive for. Win games in the NCAA tournament. And that's going to require, again, a ton of work, a ton of sacrifice. But believe me, I've been there. I know what it looks like. I want to share a quick story. When I went to the University of Maryland, played for Hall of Famer Gary Williams, who's here. We'll talk about him in a minute. When I went there, we were just coming off probation. We just had our full allotment of scholarships. They weren't on live TV. They couldn't go to the NCAA tournament. My first year was the first year that we could actually do all these things. So the program was in pretty bad shape. But I chose to go to University of Maryland over places like Duke and a couple other places that were quote unquote solidified. I wanted to go somewhere where I was like the underdog. I said, we'll get some other good players. I trusted the staff that we would. So my first year, we get our heads handed to us every single night. Every single night. Fast forward, sophomore year, we got a couple of good players that came and joined our program. A guy by the name of Joe Smith. People who are old enough know Joe Smith. He was #1 overall pick, freshman of the year, All-American. So we got a little fortunate. Got a guy named Joe Smith. Another guy named Keith Booth came. And sophomore year, our very first game was a nationally televised game at USA Arena at the time. We're playing Georgetown. Georgetown's top 15 team in the country. We're picked next to last in the ACC. Here we are, nationally televised game to start the season. We go out and we beat Georgetown. I hit a game winner, by the way, just so you know, in overtime. But we win that game, and it kind of put people on notice that, man, Maryland basketball we need to pay some attention to it. And we go on throughout the season, and we're playing pretty well. And the fans were starting to come back. You know, before you could walk up to Cole Fieldhouse and just get a ticket whenever. But I remember specifically, we're talking about building a product that people want to see and getting people excited. We played Georgia Tech on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, whatever it was. And we come back, we fly right back home, and it's like midnight. It's dark outside. Our next game is on Tuesday. We play #2 ranked team in North Carolina. We beat Georgia Tech, we get back, and our bus is coming up the hill to get to Cole Fieldhouse to drop us off. Again, it's pitch black. And I'm waking up, and I see a bunch of just people lined up next to Cole Fieldhouse. They were fans. They were sleeping outside. Mind you, a year before that, you could just walk up to the front, get a ticket to any game that you wanted to. But it illustrated to me the importance of being able to stick together and win basketball games and what it does for your school community. That is my vision here for American University. That we not only win basketball games, we win championships. And we inspire so many people all around campus to want to be excited about being an American Eagle. That's my ultimate goal. As I round things out, I just wanted to acknowledge a few people, some American Eagles. If I call your name, please stand up. Gary Williams, Hall of Fame coach, coached me at the University of Maryland. Yep. Before I introduce the other people, quick story about Gary. People ask me all the time, you know, when I do interviews and stuff, you know, hey, what's your favorite Gary story and everything? And I don't have the time to go through all of them, but I'll share one of them. And it's just, it's illustrative of who he was as a coach, probably even to this day playing golf and everything, talking about a competitor. And I had to learn how to change my mindset, so to speak, to get to his level in terms of competition. So coming out of high school, I was a McDonald's All-American, you know, hot shot, top 25 player in the country and everything. And I go to Maryland. Our very first game, my freshman year, we're on the road. Actually, it's maybe second game, but our very first road game was at West Virginia. I had never been to West Virginia before. And we go in there, and you're talking about, it's an underrated place in terms of like hostile crowd and everything. They got the mountaineer, he's got the musket gun, he's shooting the damn thing in there. Crazy atmosphere. Well, we lose the game. And it was my first experience, one, playing on the road as a freshman, and then two, really seeing Gary Williams in all of his glory, right? What really made him who he was. So we got a charter flight, we hop on a flight, and I remember just going to sleep. You know, everybody's got their headphones on, guys just taking a nap. And something just woke me up. I look up, and it's Coach Williams. Like, we're in the air, and Gary he's got his arm like on the part of the plane. He's just sitting there, and he's just like looking at everybody. And I got my hood on. I'm kind of looking around like nobody else is really seeing what I'm seeing. So I just ignore it. I go back. I wake up a few minutes later. Gary's just sitting there. He's just staring at everybody. So I got Johnny Rhodes, my backcourt mate. He's next to me, and I'm nudging him. He wakes up. He's like, what? I said, Coach. And then he starts, and then everybody else kind of starts to wake up a little bit. And Gary sits there, and he says, it doesn't hurt you enough. You guys just want to have your headphones on and go to sleep. It doesn't hurt you enough. And I'm like, this dude's crazy. Game's over. Like, we're going to get ready for the next game. But from that point on, like, losses hurt. And you're going to have losses, but it made it so that I really focused on doing everything I could in the process to prevent losing. Try to put yourself in the best position to win basketball games. Now, I'm not going to be that maniacal, but I am going to be competitive, right? Because at the end of the day, I want us to be champions, all right? We're not going to be like Coach Williams after that. Frank Ross, who isn't here, big-time player here. He's a tremendous friend of mine, a mentor of mine, assistant GM for the Wizards. He's an alum. Guys, he's going to meet you guys. When you do see him, just joke with him and tell him you heard that he has never, ever passed the basketball. He scored over 2,000 points and everything. But Frank Ross, Ed Tapscott, former coach here, another friend and mentor of mine in the Hall of Fame here. Guys like Kermit Washington, living in Las Vegas now. Chris Nockey, another former coach here. Where's Chris? He had knee replacement surgery recently, so he won't be able to stand. But these are just a few of the names that helped build the foundation for this great program. And one day I want to have you guys to be in a position where guys are calling your name 20 years from now saying what great players you guys were. In closing, I ask that everyone here, because you're here, you're a supporter of myself, my family, our program. I say our program because that's exactly what it is. It's our program. Come along this journey with us as you see us strive for greatness and win championships and make everyone proud to be an Eagle. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach, and welcome to AU. Want to thank everybody for coming out to support Coach Simpkins and AU basketball. Your year-round support of the program is greatly appreciated, and we look forward to seeing everyone back here in Bender Arena next season. Thank you. Go Eagles.
You